This is old school. I like this.
Something's okay, you know what? I don't know what's happening there, but
We went about 5 seconds,
We
guys.
went
That was
5
perfect.
seconds. I think next time, I'm saying this out loud. We take Studio B and we throw it in the garbage, and we only travel with our A studio setup.
It doesn't really. Yes, we could probably could.
He agreed with me. I thought he was going to go, okay, we're doing tradition here. Today was training camp. We're starting the show off with a delicious tequila shot by
which one is this? Which tequila is this?
This is the Clase Azul Reposado.
Cheers, guys. Cheers.
Cheers.
Eric boots on the ground. Serato is back in the house.
Cheers.
Salute. What a rock. That will get you up in the morning. All right, so we were at training camp today. We're gonna jump right into it, I think.
Yes, we are, sir.
Hell yeah. So, I mean, we can just really start with whatever you guys want to talk about, but I think the biggest thing on my mind right now is we have a kicker problem.
We have a giant kicker problem. Did I introduce Eric? I did. Boots on the ground is still with us to the left. Bot G. Again, appreciate having you there to show us the ropes. We had the $20 sideline passes that Boots purchased, so we had some pretty good spot. We got real close to the players. It was hot out. We were shooting the shit with fans. And I would say the best moment, or the moment that I felt like I was kind of at a game, or like felt a competition, was like AJ said, with the kicking competition in the Mojo moment.
Yeah, I agree. I think it's what everyone's paying attention to, and kind of got everybody a little nervous.
It got everyone nervous. So I'll break the scene down for you. They're basically, at the time, they were doing, I think it was like 7-on-7 on one side of the field, running plays. So it was pretty much D-line versus O-line versus running backs and linebackers. And then on the other side of the field, it was tight ends versus safeties. Horn goes off and they go, Mojo moment.
What is that Mojo moment?
So it's basically like they're trying to replicate a game.
High pressure situation.
Okay.
It's that's the perfect way to explain it. A high pressure moment. So in this high pressure Mojo moment, the offense was brought out onto the field. Dak Prescott was the starting quarterback. They get one pass. The offense gets to run one play, and then the kicking team had to run onto the field like it was like the last play of the game.
Correct.
So they're sprinting onto the field. So I don't know if anyone else wants to tell how it went, but it didn't go very well, and it made all of us a lot more nervous about our kicking situation.
It was the worst thing that we've ever
Yeah.
seen, I feel like.
The kickers, yeah. I mean, I don't know if it was Boots or Alex who said they were kicking from sometimes pretty decent-sized kicks.
Yeah, there were 48, 50-yarders at some
So
point.
they are big kicks, but for I think the first 4 kicks that they did, so Aubrey,
Those were in the 30 zone.
they were kicking from like the 35.
Yeah.
So it's like a high 40-yard kick. But so the first 4 kicks between Aubrey and TV, Tristan Vizcaino. They went 0 for 4 on their first 4 kicks between the two of them.
Yeah.
That is not good.
1 for 6 in total.
And then 1 for 6 for total. Aubrey came out, hit it through, and then TV came out and went wide left.
And barely.
Yeah, and the kick that he did make,
Barely.
that Aubrey made,
I think the wind helped it.
the wind might have caught it. There was a little bit of wind there. It just got over. If it would have been from 2 more yards out, that shit was not getting over. And it just makes you a little bit nervous because we've had kicking problems the last, I'm going to say, 4 or 5 years.
Yeah. Or consistency issues.
Just scary. It's one thing that there was a lot of good guys out on the market that they could have signed, that the Cowboys could have went out and got. Even Marr, as some people were talking about, I think he's a better kicker than either of these guys.
Well, I mean, can we ask any of the listeners out there if you know any kickers that are available?
Well, that's
Please come out to Oxnard. Bring your football.
Look, I thought that's what a Mojo moment was, where fans came out and got to kick a football, because that's what it looked like.
It might not have been a bad idea if they just did a competition between the fans and the stands.
Yeah.
Guaranteed there's someone out there that could have hit, at least if you gave them 6 chances, they would have hit one of them.
Well, at Noah_Bullard has a nice little recap here, so I don't know if you guys really want to relive this. But
Yeah, it's only 38 seconds. Let's check it out.
Hey, look behind him. There's Fossil. Vasectomy Fossil.
And some of these misses. Oh, so that was close. Off the right, upright.
So that was who?
That was TV, I think.
Or TV?
Yeah, one's Aubrey.
That's Aubrey right there.
And Aubrey kicks, and super short.
Very short.
That's what she said.
Not good. Is this the one that was super wide left?
Yeah, it's wide left.
Man, this is just not good to watch.
Denell Graves in the chat says the Cowboys must sign Nick Folk. The Cowboys should consider Robbie Gould.
Yep.
There was one that went through, and I think this is the final miss.
This is
here.
the really wide one.
Oh no,
that might be the same. I think
could have been the same one.
just replayed. I was
So-
like, he hit it in the exact. He's just actually has really good
That's
aim.
really
He
good
hit it the
accuracy,
same
yeah.
same spot.
Accuracy's on point. Yeah.
Well, you just said in chat they were talking about Robbie Gould and Nick Folk, who I think Nick Folk played for the Cowboys a couple of years ago, 5 or 6 or 7 years ago.
Yeah, I believe so.
Robbie Gould, though, why not? I don't see why we're not bringing in a kicker, and I really think the Cowboys brass is going to take a look at today's practice and really start kind of thinking a better situation or a better solution to their problem than what they've done.
Let's put this into perspective now. So there's a reason why they're already not want. Maybe it's more of a if they know if they pay Zach Martin, then that could open the doors for them having to just deal with other players who want that same thing. And now you got to pick favorites. Of course, Zach Martin's going to be a favorite. But I wonder, with them not signing a kicker, do they already have that money spent in their mind, and they can't really go out and because why is Robbie Gould sitting there? Like, very important piece for us to have. Kickers have cost the Cowboys an average of almost 2 games per season over the last 3 seasons. So,
Well, it's like, look at it this way. If you're in the market to buy a home, you start saving up your money. You kind of like think twice about spending it.
Right.
And you got Micah Parsons that you're going to pay next year.
Yep, and CD.
And CD.
Like, both those guys are getting paid next year. I was kind of saying this, and this is totally off topic, back to just because you brought up paying Micah Parsons. We kind of have talked about it in prior podcasts. If Micah goes out and has the year that we've seen now in person, watching him, he's the best player. Like, he just looks faster. Every play, it looks like he's getting almost in to sack the quarterback.
Yeah.
But if he has a year where he has 13 or more sacks, it's almost like you have to pay him because every time you wait another season, he just gets more and more and more and more expensive.
Yeah.
And we see how those contracts work out in 3 years. It's a great deal.
Yeah.
Ooh, lost me for a sec.
Kilos, he wants to know, is this a third down serious issue with the kickers?
Oh, this is yes. This is a very, very third down seriousness issue, especially after watching it live. And we're not the only Cowboys fans that are feeling this way. There was a lot of pissed off people in the stands when these kickers went 1 for 6 in mojo moments.
Yeah, sometimes I couldn't hold back my swearing, and I thought a mother in front of me was getting mad because I was swearing because she looked back at us, but then I realized she was just looking back in disgust at the kick.
Yeah, you're like,
and
are
agreeing with us?
Are you fucking kidding me? And she looks back in disgust, and she's like, I know, what a fucking loser.
Yeah, I'm like, okay.
All right, high five.
Mike Burns wants to know, should we re-sign Greg the Leg?
No.
I hear he's been looking really good at training camp, though, himself.
On the Jets.
Yeah.
I mean, at this point, to be honest, it's.
He's drilling them over there.
Is he?
Yeah.
I need to see them do something.
The thing with Greg the Leg, he was just super inconsistent, and he had an issue with point afters also. No. So the point afters is what kills me. Like, I would have liked to see these guys actually just. We were kind of watching them at the start of the practice, just making shorter kicks.
You know what?
And they seemed all right.
Screw it. All the firepower on offense. Let's just go for it on 4th down. Let's just go for it. I don't care.
Yeah.
In some of the
Get the
spots
first
that they
down.
were, and Eric Boots was actually yelling that after every miss. Just go for it. Don't even.
Look, it all comes down. If they're 4th and 10, well, at that place, okay, yeah, you got to fucking try to make the kick. But if you're 4th and 5, I mean, I'm confident that they'll be able to make like with what we're seeing out of Cooks, man. I mean, I'm confident we'll be able to get that 5 yards.
I would have liked to see Fast Fossil have a little balls and maybe on that after they miss 4 in a row, call a fake or something.
Yeah.
Field goal.
Why not at practice? Why not just go for it? That would get the team amped up because I'm telling you, everybody there, including the players, after watching the kickers go 0 for 4 in back-to-back tries, you're thinking, man, is this what are we going to do in games?
They went 0 for 5. I think it was the 6th. The 7th.
No,
the fifth
it was fifth kick went.
Oh, yeah,
Fifth
right,
kick
you're
went.
right.
And then they missed the 6.
And then they
Oh, my
missed the
gosh.
6. I was like, oh, okay, they've got it. They figured it out. And no, they missed it. They missed it.
terrible.
So at training camp today, though,
Yeah, well, what did you actually want? What was the thoughts? Like, how did you feel being there? This is like our first time being at a Dallas Cowboys training camp, except for Bot G. It's his 15th time. But just what's your guys' initial reaction? Was it what you thought? What was the vibe like?
I can't believe how busy it was.
I've never seen it that busy.
I thought it was going to be busy. I expected a lot of people to be there and turn up, but the stands were completely packed. The area that we were by the field, completely packed. The VIP area is extremely packed. Parking lot packed. Beer lineups packed.
Staff was like so friendly.
Everyone was super nice.
For being out in the heat. I mean, maybe that's something that the people from California are used to, but everyone was smiling and joking and having fun, and it was very welcoming.
That's how we do, baby. That's how we do.
It definitely was.
That's how we do, baby.
And like I said, super busy. It was one thing I'll say. You don't realize how big these guys are until they walk up to that fence and you're standing there and they're standing 2 feet away from you, and you feel like a child, like a small child.
Is that how you felt when you got next to Deuce Vaughn?
No, Deuce Vaughn's probably the only guy that got near that. I was like, okay. I think I could take him.
What about Turpentine? Could you take Turpentine?
I mean, they still look like, but even Deuce close, like he's a stocky motherfucker.
Yeah.
Like he's still this wide, right? Yeah. But I'm talking about J-Ron Kearse coming up.
Kearse looks like a specimen of a human being.
Boots showed us a little sneak, a little life hack that you could go up and film over the fence at one point. So we went over to check out the defensive lineman, and I don't know who hit the bag, but the pop was so loud that Boots.
I thought it was Mozzie.
Was it Mozzie?
I think
It was Mozzie. Mozzie hit the bag, and I spilled my beer.
You literally shocked the beer out of you.
I felt the vibration. I thought I was in danger myself.
Crack
I was
him
trying
if
to
you
move
got
out of
him.
the way. Crack him if you got him. No, I thought I was in danger. I was like, am I going to get hit? Is this going to be like an aftershock from Mozzie Smith hitting the bag? I don't know.
But Jonathan Hankins, Neville Gallimore, Bohanna, Mozzie, those dudes in person,
Big boys.
they are fucking massive, massive humans. So it just gave me a bigger respect, because you always know. It's like you're watching a game, you know they're like massive athletes, but until you're there, it's eye-opening.
I moved away. The chat just wants to ask a quick question while we wrap up the kicker. As we've already wrapped up the kicker talk. Cowboys can't. This is from Denell Graves. Cowboys CanFan. What kicker would you guys sign? So let's maybe go around and what kicker out there would you want or would you sign right now?
Like just any kicker or
They have to be a free agent.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, I think who's available? Nick
That's what I'm
Folk?
pulling up.
Nick Folk, Robbie Gould, Adam
Nick Folk.
Bodkin.
I think I'd go with Folk, right? Because he's the one who has a higher accuracy for like 35 to 40 yards. I mean, I think he's terrible after like 45, 50, but I mean, you can punt at that point.
Yeah, and with our offense, go for it more than not. Then if you're worried about a guy making the deep ball, although I liked having that in our back pocket like last year. That's funny as the struggles Maher had when he lined up for a 55 plus. I honestly felt pretty comfortable with it.
Yeah,
I know.
Is it that like? Well, I mean, maybe you can answer this question better because you've been with the Cowboys a lot longer. But do you remember when we used to have? Dan Bailey when he just
Dan
would
Bailey
not
you didn't even have to worry about kicking.
and he was just like automatic.
It was like they scored a touchdown or they were going for a
Yeah.
kick and you got up to go get another beer.
yeah, I'd go to the restroom, take a pee break because
didn't
I'm not
matter.
gonna miss anything. He's gonna make it.
That's what I felt like with Maher. That like all season long except for the playoffs. I
Maher,
felt
man.
Playoffs.
Yeah, I felt like Maher was that guy.
Yeah.
I honestly think Gold, to answer the question, Gold, Suckup, or whatever his name is, Ryan Suckup. Ryan suck me up, and Crosby.
I'm more of a down guy.
Oh,
I'm
yeah,
more
Crosby.
of a suck me down.
Yeah, Crosby.
Well,
we heard a couple people in the crowd say
Sign Crosby.
Well, wasn't Crosby? Didn't he have like a kind of similar outing as Bailey or Maher towards the end there, where he like missed all these kicks in one game, like 3 or 4 kicks?
Look,
he finally made like the one in overtime.
It's not. So I would take if Mayer was on another team and did the same thing that he did with the Cowboys, I would sign him. It's about moving with kickers, it's such a mental thing. It's like they, unless they actually do have the fucking yips forever, moving to a new team, getting a new fresh environment, that can sometimes, hopefully you don't run into that scenario again. So I would be all right if he didn't do that on the Cowboys already.
And then you'd be like, okay, give this guy a shot.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, so you're saying Gold. Boots, you said Folk. Ad, who are you thinking?
Well, Kahuna says Gold would be good playoff test, which is where I was going. But he then also said, "Here's the plan: Adam starts training extra hard on leg day. Everyone else tries to gather a Cowboys uniform for him. Try to sneak him to compete for practice squad money or a roster spot.
Yeah.
Now,
Let's go with that.
I agree with that. However, our boy Botg Eric
We voted Botg.
We voted Botg Eric to be the guy.
No,
because
no, no.
he
I
has
think
that
we should
soccer
go.
background.
I mentioned this earlier. Why are we doing a podcast? We should be outside. There's a little field right next door to the building. We could be practicing right now.
Practice? You're talking about
That's what we're going after.
Just-
That's
yeah,
what
right
That's what we're going
after.
after. I'm gonna go barefoot.
Laces out.
Start
Laces
stretching.
out, baby.
Laces out.
Good thing we have assistant coach stretcher over there.
Yeah. And then, sorry, go ahead.
No.
I was going to say also, this is from Kahuna, also Deuce making the roster is looking more evident now, which will make at least half the pod happy.
Well, so that's the thing.
3/4.
We'll break. Well, that's a great segue after going from the kicking. That's a great segue going from the kicking game. So, and anytime Deuce Vaughn had a good run and everyone's cheering, and Bot G and myself are like, oh yeah, it's pretty good. And then we'd look over at AJ, and it looks like somebody just pissed in his cereal.
It's non-contact, guys. They're not tackling.
Which he does have a point, but Deuce Vaughn on the one, they had a sweep where he was going out to the right. There wasn't a single person near him. So if you want to attribute that to play calling or misdirection, but he was still wide. He was still wide fucking open with nobody near him scoring a touchdown.
I get it, but one of the reasons Zeke was so successful on the Cowboys because they used him, or they kept him as long, because he was a good blocker. And there was this one slant play where they had him go in there and try to block. I can't remember who he was blocking, but he just got ran over.
He did.
Like a bug hitting the windshield on the freeway. Like, he had zero effect on slowing that person
We
down.
did notice that he should not. And I think we kind of all said, well, that's the issue. You can't fake it to him and need him to pick up a block, because he did just get steamrolled. It was kind of just like a bloop, just not. I don't even know what D lineman it was, but he just ran right through him. But I thought overall, I did think Deuce Vaughn had a good practice.
He was getting the ball a lot, so I think that shows that they really want to test him out.
He actually dropped a couple of punt returns.
I think
that's by design. I think he just doesn't want to be regulated to a punter.
Turpin's being the punt returner.
Yeah, I hope so.
Make the
He
team.
will be.
I'm going to make the team by not catching punts.
I didn't see Turpin drop one.
He doesn't. I see. Even when at the end of practice they were out fielding punts.
Yeah.
Turpin. I think it was Turpin.
Deuce,
and then who was the white dude?
Lepke.
No. Where's the? I'm gonna look through
Double
it
D?
here.
Well,
It might have
think
been.
about it. Today was my third visit to camp, and both previous visits I did watch Deuce drop punt returns.
Oh yeah,
And the one Calvin Joseph recovered it.
Oh, you mean the guy who signed my football?
He did.
The one guy I was looking forward to signing my football the most?
Yeah, Boots got it. And
Well-
you're right. It was 85 is Durden, or whoever said that.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, everybody goes to these training camps hoping for autographs from football players. I got one from a rapper.
yeah.
Hey, that's okay.
It's like, might as well Drake, might as well be out there, you know?
I'm not even gonna. I was gonna make a joke. I'm not going to.
The other, like, the good thing is my honest without trying to be biased. Okay, and you know.
Sounds like you're about to be biased.
Exactly.
I just felt very much going to be biased.
I just felt that Rico Suave and Davis. Well, actually, Davis didn't really run too much, but
Didn't see
Suave
much.
definitely stood as again. Is it because they gave him the ball a lot? I don't know, but I thought that he also ran really well.
Dowdle just looks the part. He looks like a NFL running back. Like, he looked powerful, he looked fast, and he looked big.
Yeah.
Shout out to our boy Kilo C's in the chat.
Kilo!
He says shout out to
Kilo.
Bot G because he's looking at you. He sees you, and then he's
What
also
up,
saying,
Kilo?
"Bandwagon
What up,
boys,
fam?
the hats are fire." And honestly, the only reason that we're able to wear these hats is because Papa Bot G was able to go there within the first few days and
get 'em early.
snag them because
Yeah,
there was
because I only saw like one left.
there. I didn't even see these.
I didn't see those ones. I didn't see those ones there.
It was my desperate plea to remain sugar daddy.
Yeah, no, it's uncontested that you got the.
It's just
already
weird the
locked
shit.
in.
It's weird the shit we had to watch Adam and Alex do for them to get them, the hats. But it was worth it because they look good now.
It's true.
What this clip that you just showed here, AJ?
It'll play back.
Okay,
here.
it's gonna go back. So it's Damone Clark is D'd up against Fergalicious, and that's a guy actually that I thought stood out today was Damone Clark.
Yes.
Damone Clark looks fast and he looks powerful. Actually, the linebackers as a whole, I'm gonna say the linebackers.
Great day for the linebackers.
The linebackers played extremely well. Look at the every single time too with the defensive line, they're getting pressure on the quarterback, making it hard for Dak Prescott. But Damone Clark, very good day. As far as the tight ends go, who do you think had the best day from the tight ends?
You know what? I've always had my favorite, Ferguson. However, I feel like Hendershot had the better day.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hendershot showed up. You saw his name catching the ball a lot.
Oh, yeah,
is,
89. I think he had a touchdown, or it could have been a touchdown. And then Stevens also, 49.
Yeah.
Stevens, undrafted tight end, had a very good day. Every time he got the ball, it seemed like he was getting some yards. I think Stevens was the one that got absolutely rocked, though. There was the one big hit of practice, which we'll end up finding at some point.
We'll see that.
But Steven, I think the tight ends out of the offense had a good day, and the linebackers had a very good day for the defense.
These videos, are from John Machado that we're watching right now, by the way.
Crack him if you got him, son.
That's a death row crack right
Happy
there, boys.
dad. Right there.
So here's
He's
Sean
a happy
McKeon, just
dad.
a quick clip, just
Shout
a nice
out
little,
to Snoop Dogg.
nice little 5-yard pass here to McKeon right down the center.
LVE with the
Nice.
wrap.
Oh, that's a thing of beauty.
LVE had a sack, didn't he?
You know,
Or,
these tight ends got to make the most of their reps because remember who's coming back on Monday?
Scooney is a sailboat.
Scooney
yeah,
is a
knock on
sailboat.
damn wood.
Got that little insider information from Derek Eagleton.
Yeah,
out there today.
Boots was over there just getting inside info,
Just rubbing
inside
elbows.
scoop on it with everyone, and it was great.
And we just spoke about Rico, but we got a quick little clip here as well. Might as well give it a play,
So
Little delay handoff.
So John Machota must have been right in front of us, guys.
Yeah, I know. What is he? Well, but probably on the field, right?
Yeah, he would have been on
Yeah.
the field, but we were down in this area kind of while they were doing these drills here. And the reason Machota, obviously we're using his clips because, well, one, you have a lot of people, and not only do you have some fans in front of you, but you have the monster NFL players on the sidelines.
Yeah.
So this is just our best bet, and John does it out of the goodness of his heart. He puts these Twitter clips up so that we can steal them.
Yeah,
Yeah,
he
we
probably
appreciate
had.
it.
He
Thank
probably,
you, John.
and John definitely has that Oxnard Wi-Fi.
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
yeah, he does.
Oh, geez, we can't even get a basic bitch stream right now.
Yeah, we were trying to stream. We could not even live stream while we were on the field.
Somebody shared the Wi-Fi password with them.
there or here.
So with quarterbacks, I kind of felt it was a little bit of a ho-hum day. There were some good things, and then there were some things that just weren't spectacular. Here's a pass from Dak to this is Tyron Johnson.
Yeah, haven't heard much of him.
Yeah, but nice little touchdown pass, 10 yards out or 5 yards out or 8 yards out, one of those three.
Just absolutely buzzed it in, and he was D'd up on by Diggs.
Diggs, yeah.
So he had Diggs locking him down, and it was just a good route, nice slant. LVE probably could have killed him in a real game, but he still secured it.
Let me see this one more time. Look at there's actually a nice little pick. It looks like that
Yep.
Turpin plays. So that's great.
I'll say so we didn't really see the one-on-ones. So when we say that the quarterbacks had a ho-hum day, we're kind of meaning it in like the scrimmage.
Yeah, and it's not a negative.
It just nothing stood out.
Nothing was like, oh, what a like. I think there was obviously Dak threw some a nice touchdown to Cooks in the end zone, and then also to CD when he was running that sideline catch there in the end zone. But I'm just saying, like, there was nothing like, oh, wow, look at this. And it was kind of funny because Anthony was like, oh, I think Greer's throwing pretty good today. And then he
just went like
threw
0
three
for 10.
balls.
0 for 10 after that.
jinxed him.
What I was,
jinxed him up.
this is one thing I did notice from the quarterbacks. When Dak Prescott comes up at the end of the practice to sign autographs, he is a fucking like rock star for the fans.
Rock star level.
It was pandemonium. Like I was standing right there pretty much. I got a good clip of it, but I was just getting taken out by kids trying to get in there. It was like these little kids trying to make little wormholes in there to get signatures. So
I looked back to see you, and you were just taking in the moment.
yeah, I was. I just had my phone up filming
And
so I
just
could get it on film,
enjoying
and then
it.
I was just watching it. I was like, this is pretty dope. Because I am a big Dak fan. Call me a Dak rider. After seeing him in person, I would do it.
Well, see, Dak played it right, and nothing against Nashawn Wright. He did his diligence. He came out there. He signed a lot of people's autographs, and he was there for 10, 15, whatever minute, however long it was. He was out there, and there was a lot of guys that did that. Dak came up, did about a 5 minutes, power sign, and then left.
Yeah.
And that keeps the people wanting more.
You can't just sign everybody's autograph.
But you need.
I wish they would have got
No, you
Boots though.
couldn't. But you need
me too.
you need a guy. Was that a ghost? You need a guy who.
I ended up settling for Boss Man Fat and then Ben Bonagu,
Yep.
who was kind enough to sign my football.
Yeah.
And then last but not least, the great Isaiah Stanback
Hey,
was
got
happened to
Stanback.
be walking by, and I was just like, yo, dude, come sign my ball.
Sign it up. Signed
He
it up.
chatted it up with us a little bit too. He was
Hey,
a
Chad,
real good guy.
I kind of wish I would have got the phone out because you were joking around with him. It was a wholesome moment.
moment.
Yeah, it
Yeah, he was throwing it
Hey.
back. Good dude.
You know where you have that memory, that video stored now?
In my heart.
in my brain and heart.
Wherever you keep your memories.
In my small
could
intestine.
Be the brain, heart. Could be the bottom of your balls. All right,
Best memories are had.
yeah, this is a nice little TD from Dak.
Little sneak.
Little
Did he
QB,
sneak it in
little
there?
QB sneakeroo.
Oh, that's a little sneaky.
Was this today?
Oh my God, LVE's attacking him. Like, let's have a week full of conversation
Yeah.
about this.
They're gonna tell him.
LVE.
Fighting words. Oh, the media's gonna have a field day
That
with
is
this
such
one.
disrespect. LVE does not respect Dak Prescott. That's what you're going to see.
Shady McCoy right now is writing something for tomorrow's show. He's gonna start the show with this. Big drama in Oxnard.
And here's one of my favorite guys, Malik Davis.
Ooh,
Some shake and bake by Davis. Crash Davis with, look at this juke here.
look at that.
Gets a nice pass and then just
Catches
a
it,
nice
goes
catch
left,
and then whoop,
goes right, using up all his moves and even borrowed someone ants. Oh, look at that.
Eric Scott. I like that he's in there trying to rip the ball away.
See, for me, I watch this as two-hand touch. So there, like he'd be tackled
Oh yeah,
there.
he's but that's still a good game.
Good game, real good game.
Hey, Eric Scott's having himself a camp, guys.
He is.
Yeah.
He is having himself a camp. He's making this roster.
Oh, definitely. Without a doubt, Eric Scott's making this roster.
Well, if he makes it, then who is getting cut? 'Cause there's not a lot of room back
so
there.
your cornerbacks, obviously,
So many.
for your cornerbacks, you have Diggs, Gilmore, Bland, right?
Yeah, Bland's a lock.
Yep.
Then I'm going to say Nashawn Wright and Scott are your backup actual corners, like your 1 and 2, and then
Well,
maybe
Jordan
Boston.
Lewis has to come back from his
Eventually,
injury, right?
eventually.
But if he doesn't, then maybe he gets cut. But if
Possibly.
he comes out strong, he's making it.
And then as far as your backup or your dime corner, possibly boss man Fats there. I didn't think Calvin Joseph had a bad practice. I was watching him a bit today. I didn't see the one-on-ones. And I think a little bit too much gets thrown on the one-on-ones because the wide receiver's supposed to burn the guy he's going
Yeah.
against. So a lot of the clips of Calvin Joseph getting burned on one-on-one,
Yeah.
one-on-ones is a lot different than in the team period, and he didn't get burned today.
Brooks is the guy that's having himself another camp, according to Deagle.
Yeah, Brooks is too. Here's Vaughn running. I mean, I think there he actually got into a hole, but
What? Are you complimenting Deuce Vaughn?
not really.
Our boy Ultra saying Izzy is CB number 4. Jordan Lewis will be cut to save $5 million.
It could be.
Ooh.
That's what it could come down to is
Yeah.
cutting him for
Money.
as a cap casualty.
Yep.
Him and Neville Gallimore might be getting the snip just because. And Jordan Lewis, this is the thing. When Jordan Lewis was out there, he was a very good player, but it might just come down to cost.
Yeah. If he's not standing $5 million out,
What if they pay
Worth.
like Gallimore with Canadian dollars? Will he stay?
probably not at this exchange rate.
The amount they're willing to give him in Canadian dollars, I still don't think he'll stick around.
I like that we're talking about this though. Like for the first time, we have like this, like embarrassment of riches.
Right.
We're like, who gets
Oh,
cut
yeah.
so hard because we got so many
Yeah,
so much
when
talent.
usually it's, he's going to make the team because we have nobody else.
Yeah, who else is there?
Nice little hook route here
There's
by
CD.
CD for a 10-yard gain.
Didn't see much from CD Lamb today. I think they might have had him on I'm not going to say a rest day because obviously he's out there, but you didn't see much from CD a lot of the times when the runs were out there running. I seen him on the sideline just taking a knee.
Yeah.
So they might just be, saving their biggest weapon.
Yeah,
I,
and-
I've come out here with a couple of days where he's just all you see is CD Lamb,
Exactly.
CD Lamb the whole day.
So I think that's probably all it is. They're just giving him a. Oh yeah, I saw this. LVE went high here.
On Michael Gallup.
Yeah, he kind of went for. I don't know if it. Let's see here. Gets it and then
Oh.
that's a face mask,
face
right?
mask. What's up?
LVE
What's up?
playing with a little bit of vigor.
Yeah.
Give me that ball. Woo!
This is just a nice little pass from Dak over the middle. Gets the ball away real quick to Gallup running across the center of the field.
Yeah, nice slant.
Probably would have been popped by right there.
Still made the catch though. That's the important thing. Another good sign. Sam Williams was out on the field today.
And he's a big boy. I saw him standing next to Parsons, even though he was in his gear and Parsons had his.
Still, he towers over him though.
yeah,
Like height wise, he
big.
towers over Micah. So that's he ain't a small dude.
Here's my guy, Deron Bland, baby. I saw him lock up Gallup a few times.
So what was the biggest play from Not So Bland, and it might have not been a not so good play.
The interception drop that
Yeah.
hit him in the numbers.
Literally hit off. He volleyballed
Oh, yeah.
it. And not characteristic of Not So Bland. He was in the right spot, and he just right off his fingertips.
But did the receiver catch it?
Nope.
That's what I want to hear.
Hey, it wasn't a catch.
So he
right.
won. He won the matchup.
But you can say that there's so you go back to the San Francisco game.
I don't want to talk about this.
We have to, because this is we're going to say, is it a win or is it not a win? You go back to the San Francisco game, Trevon Diggs had a ball hit it right off his hands, right? So when you get those opportunities,
you got to close.
Unless it's fourth down.
Trayvon also had the opportunity to pop Kittle that one bobble in and just let him.
This pass here though, is Dak Prescott going up to the corner of the end zone to Michael Gallup, and Bland just playing him, wearing him like a glove, essentially.
Great coverage.
Great coverage.
Perfect coverage. Look at that.
Just
that was
keeps
nice.
his eyes on Gallup the whole way, and just fucking play.
Threw his hands up at the right moment.
That's just a good play. And you know what? It's not a terrible ball either.
No, it's the right ball.
Threw it, and then Bland just has perfect coverage. It's a good play.
And Madden.
It almost looks like it hits Michael Gallup in the face.
Yeah. He could have made a play on it. It would have been an amazing catch. It would have been an amazing catch, but still a great play.
Here's Double D, Donatario Drummond.
Is Will Greer?
Yeah, Greer. See, this is what I was talking about. Greer was early in practice.
He was slaying it.
Dropping dimes, man. Greer at the very start of practice, until I said it out loud, I was like, oh, Greer's killing it. And then he just kind of, I'm not going to say shit the bed, but wasn't as accurate. And right here, that's moving while the receiver's moving, and he put it right in the bread basket.
Yeah, over 2 defenders, too, who are sitting right on the goal line.
So this is the day I kind of feel bad for the people that paid $250 for the VIP, because if you look in the background, everyone up on top of that fixture, that building, they all paid $250 for those VIP stands. Yeah. But they're a full field over.
That sucks.
Where we're like,
they're also in the shade.
They're in the shade, that's true. But we're like, when we were there today, we were pretty much at this part, we were just behind this guy filming.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I will say that I loved that we were on the sidelines, because like you're right there and you're tasting
the sideline passes.
The sideline passes.
That's right.
But it's no joke. The bleachers have fantastic views too, where you can see the plays developing. So it was nice to kind of jump in between the going down low and then going up high to take a look. But yeah, that's those are some training camp secrets. VIP is kind of hard to swallow if you're going to buy that, and
250 big ones, and we're not talking about edibles that Alex ate last night. We're talking about American dollars.
That's a whole other podcast right there on its own.
That's a magic hour. We don't see him, but CD runs some sort of nice route, gets away on the right hand side here from who's 28,
Malik Hooker.
Yeah.
But just a nice little touchdown catch right. Keeps his 2 feet.
He probably
the end zone.
He probably made it look like he was running a corner route, kind of how Hendershot's going here, closer to the screen, and then just hooked back. Would be my guess.
Looks like
Great catch, great throw.
I missed that one. I don't remember seeing that.
Might have been when we were getting interviewed.
That's true. What can we do? J-Ron Kerr's here with some sort of play. Let's see what he does. Just play it.
Oh, I saw this. Okay, is this PI or is this not PI? And I don't have an opinion on it. I want to know what you guys think with your first. Yes. I think in the NFL, I think they're calling PI on that.
He had contact on him before the ball got there.
The way I look at it is different than how the NFL actually does it. I look at it like you should have a right to run to a space as well, but that's not the case.
Right. No.
If he would have turned his body and looked for the ball, then it's fine.
That's what it is.
Exactly, yeah. But you can't run into a guy, especially in the end zone. Nice pass, though. Again.
Yeah, that's PI.
That's pass interference.
That's pass interference. Cowboys ball on the 1. Punch it in.
Here we go. Hendershot. He was having a good practice.
He's got like the coolest last name.
Hendershot, and this is against Kearse. Are these 2 tight ends? Are our tight ends going to be slanging and banging, you think?
They could be, man.
Three-headed monster.
Three-headed monster with a little dash of McKeon. But that's the thing, and then you also have Stevens
and Scooney.
Ooh. Well, yeah, but are they gonna? They're gonna keep 5 tight ends?
Probably not.
Probably not, right?
I don't even think we keep them on the practice squad. I think 2 of those goes to other teams.
It's tough. It's tough to argue even 4.
Yeah, 2 of those will make the roster on other squads.
100%.
They're not going to make it to the practice squad.
Stevens and if McKeon get cut or sent to our practice squad, they're getting picked up by someone else.
Immediately.
Yeah, I mean, look, if Deuce Vaughn is going to be on the roster, that's going to be 4 running backs.
Which I think they're going to go for.
Right. So
3 running backs, 6 wide receivers.
So you think they'll have 3 running backs and not 4?
Yep.
Does anybody
So
here
who
miss?
are they gonna
So
cut?
no, four running backs,
but
3 tight ends, 6 wide receivers.
Yeah. Yep. Wow.
And a fullback.
And a fullback in a tree.
Anybody here missing Schultz?
No.
Not yet.
I actually, the only thing I miss about Schultz is how revved up he got me in the offseason.
yeah.
The thing with Schultz, I liked Schultz because he had that story. He was a 4th-round pick, kind of came out of nowhere. He was never supposed to be a starter in Dallas. Then Jarwin started getting hurt, and then Schultz came in and was totally that safety blanket for Dak for a few years.
Took his job.
Took his job, but then he ended up just kind of, I think in his brain he thought he was better than he was. And I think he was good because of the system that he was put into.
I think he benefited from everybody looking at who else was it? Besides CD. There was Cooper. There was Zeke was still in his prime. Nobody was even thinking about him.
He's getting single coverage in the middle every time.
No.
Ultra Cowboy says 4.840 tight end in West Coast offense is too slow. Hendershot is too slow for a West Coast offensive team.
Well, he just proved that wrong against their starting safety. He scored a touchdown.
Nah, maybe he picked up some speed.
So, and the speed, I mean, Jason Witten was one of the best tight ends in NFL history, and that guy was never breaking any speed records.
I think he's just talking about the West Coast offense.
Still, but he just scored a touchdown against our starting safety and our starting defensive backs.
Ultra says Schoonmaker's athleticism is why he was drafted in the 2nd round.
Oh, I'll agree with that. His pedigree and his college tape, like his catching, receiving wasn't the greatest, but his measurables at the combine and his size, that's why Hendershot was undrafted, and that's why Fergalicious was a 4th-round pick.
That's correct.
They're not as athletic as Scooney was a sailboat.
Yep.
Scooney is a sailboat.
Well, was until he's out there.
So this is Dak throwing a nice deep corner pass. A little bit underthrown, though. But Cook's just so fast. He's created so much distance there between him and Diggs.
Cooks is just killing it.
Yeah.
Dak has a new shiny toy.
Yep.
This is, I think, when we were walking down.
Because I asked someone.
Who was that? Cooksies.
Yeah, see
That's
that?
my boy.
That's my boy.
Cooks has to turn around and backpedal to catch this ball, but he's so far ahead from Diggs. And Diggs is sprinting.
Yeah, this is against Diggs and then Hooker's trying to get over there.
You know what? If you look at the play itself, look at the other wide receivers. They're open as well. Like, is that Hendershot over here? That's and then you got
Gallup.
Gallup wide open. Like literally, you got 3 options there, and they're all open.
That's a good sign.
That's a really good sign. I mean, there's no pressure coming at Dak
I
either.
was going to say the offense looks a lot different when you have the big hogs up front.
Yeah.
Because when they're doing the 11 and when they're going 11 on 11,
Yeah.
the guys up front are getting in there almost every single time, and it makes me a little bit nervous, and it makes me hope they figure out the Zach Martin deal.
Oh, I'm gonna love this next segment.
So this is fuck, I can't think.
That was Overshown.
DeMarvion
Marvion.
Overshown.
So
He
this-
had two.
So that
picks.
was to end practice, that one,
Yeah,
I believe.
because he runs it back for the TD.
So Overshown had 2 interceptions in I think about 5 plays.
Yes.
Yeah, he had a great little end to practice there.
He had himself a day.
He had a day. He's fast.
He's big.
He's big. He obviously has ball skills. Like, that's a diving catch. That's a diving interception.
Yep.
Not a lot of guys are going to make that. The ball goes up in the air, and he dives for it and secures it.
He had the awareness too.
Oh,
So there it's popped up, and then a little dive action. This kid's going to be good, and I know he's already a fan favorite. He's a Texas guy. He played high school in Texas. He played university in Texas, in Austin.
who tipped that?
He's living the dream.
Looked like 40.
And he's wearing whose number?
Yeah, the beast. That was number 35 was my number in hike school. Where's number 40? Let's see.
I can't wait
Boots. You
till
see
I
him?
get to hike school, Billy.
Don't you ever say that again. So we're just looking for number 40 here. Let me see him.
That's the
Oh, that was the first interception.
Was that the first one?
Yeah, here's the second.
Ultra says DeMarvion Overshown will allow the Cowboys not to re-sign Kearse in 2024.
It could happen. Very, very likely it could happen.
Ooh. I love it when the...
Are you sure it's 40?
Yeah, 40 was the guy that tipped
Looked
it
like
up.
it, yeah.
And kind of look at Mukiamu. It's like he was going out there and then he was told not to go out
Oh, yeah, that was the second one because it was on our side of the field. That ended practice.
there. What? Coach, I want to go back out there.
Look at Wilson on the sidelines here. Look at Dono Dub on the sideline. Love it.
Yeah, but watch Mukiamu. It's like he's headed out there and they tell him, get back on the bench. Watch. Here he comes right here, puts his helmet on. Mukiamu, get back on the bench. What?
Well, because practice that was the last play of practice. Guess what the reasoning for that interception was?
Deuce.
No, keep watching. So
Better not be my boy Hunter.
right in his hands.
Oh.
Hunter, you fucker.
Hunter with the tip up. Not the greatest pass. It looked like it was a little bit behind him, but he definitely volleyed it up.
I don't like that.
So he runs out to the flat. Boom.
Yeah, that's a play where it's just being thrown before the guy turns.
And then that shows the speed of Overshown. He's just there
Yep.
because he's being able to read and react so
Well,
fast.
what I like to see is both of his interceptions were he had to have some pretty good hand-eye coordination to
Yeah.
catch. That's good news.
It's great news.
Here's that big pop.
Oh yeah, that's laying a boom.
Here comes the boom.
And Coyle celebrates.
He celebrated after.
Yeah, watch.
So he lays out his own teammate, Coyle with the pop. Oh, fumble.
Let's go.
So that was that Steve? I think that was Stevens that he laid out. Just a great hit. But when I kind of cheered and I asked the people in front of us, I was like, "What do you guys think about that?" And they're like, "Oh, I don't really like it when it's against our own team." And I was kind of thinking, well, Coyle's probably trying to make the team, and that's how he's going to make a impression, right?
Yeah, I think that makes a lot of sense when you said that. Like
you think if that
yeah.
guy thinks if Coyle's thinking, I got to make this team, I got to be able to make I got to stamp a memory into the coach's mind. That's it.
Yeah, and he might be my teammate for 2 weeks.
Exactly.
You know, like, and then either one of us might not be on this team.
Take no prisoners, baby.
Yeah.
That's right.
It's what we do, baby. It's what we do.
And it wasn't dirty.
Wasn't dirty, no.
No, it was
Shoulder
clean.
to shoulder.
Great hit.
Sean McKeon with the TD, bringing it in with that bobblehead of his.
Against Overshown.
Yeah. He's big too, man.
They all are. They're all a bunch of massive human beings. I just can't get over the size of these guys.
What's going on?
I don't know.
No, it's this.
No, it's
But as
everything.
far as training camp, like as far as having an expectation, it's exactly how I thought it was. I had a blast at it. It's really cool to be able to see them do their individual drills at the start of training camp. It kind of lets you settle into where you want to be, and then you get to watch. And I think, like you said today, Boots, that it was the white and blue scrimmage or whatever.
Yes.
So the scrimmage portion of practice went a little bit longer, which was sweet.
So let me ask you guys this. What was your favorite moment of the day? I mean, don't say in and out.
I was going to say
listen,
that when
In-N-Out was pretty damn good.
When that first crispy cold one hit my lips.
My favorite part of the day was when I was going to try to slam 2 drinks to get into the cage, and then I slammed 1, and then I started to go to the other one. I was like, I can't do 2 on camera. That was my favorite part of the day. Giving up.
My favorite part of the day. What was my favorite part of the day? Favorite part of the day was probably just seeing the amount of people that, like, I honestly didn't expect it to be as busy as it was.
So wasn't it when the casual fans were like, "Hey,
Oh
I know you
yeah,
from
oh
somewhere?"
yeah. There was a person in front of us, and they're like,
Are you Anthony from CanFan?
"Yeah." Boots and I were standing
Oh
there.
my God, I listened to your show.
Yeah, someone turned around and they're like, looked at my shirt, and then he looked at my face, and then he looked back at my shirt. He's like, "Oh, I listened to you guys," and I thought the dude was just sizing me up. I thought I bumped into him or like stepped on his heel or something. But yeah, that was a highlight of the day. I was like, "Oh man, someone actually recognizes the podcast." So yeah, that was actually cool. I forgot about that.
Okay, so
You guys got recognized the second you walked in. The beer. Remember
True.
we were in line from the beer and
The beer lady recognized
Oh,
us.
yeah.
She did a crack 'em if they got 'em for us.
Yeah.
I think my favorite part of the day was seeing Boots just rock the training camp. He was like a seasoned. He was always just promoting the show
Wheeling and dealing.
in such a
Street
good way.
captain. I was street captain. You know, I was gonna say, I think your favorite moment was probably when that Sports Illustrated people were interviewing you guys.
Yeah, that was good too.
I like that one. I like that moment.
I didn't
too.
want to drop that just because I don't know if it's going to get released anywhere.
I'll flex on that.
But yeah, we got interviewed by Sports Illustrated. That was cool too. It was all in all, I had a great day.
Yeah, it was a good day.
It was a fun time, and it
was
exceeded
hot.
expectations.
It was hot. I thought I was going to get more burnt than I didn't really get
I
burned.
sprayed you down nice and good.
Yep.
Boots
Again,
looped you up.
Papa Boots just took care of us.
That's right.
AJ, favorite part of the day?
I liked just watching how they parse up the practice, and kind of everyone starts off with a big stretch, and then they split off into their practice groups, and they got that 15-minute timer. It seems like sometimes the guys only get like 7 minutes to do something, and then they have to move on to something
Right.
else, So every fucking little bit, every second counts. They're running around the field from, like, when we went and took that picture by the porta potties when we were hanging out like weirdos by the porta potties.
By the
Just
shitters.
hanging it by the shitters.
But like
Shitter's full.
Shitter's full.
They were there for like literally 20 seconds.
Hey,
Enough
those
time for
porta
us to
potties were
walk
clean,
over.
okay?
Oh yeah, they were.
Those
Smell nice.
Those porta potties were clean.
Oh yeah. I
Jerry does
enjoyed
it right.
using them.
Jerry does it right. So imagine being a guy that's trying to make the team, and it's like you don't even get time to really. Like, you're trying to learn all this stuff,
yeah.
and you're just, they're going. It's
that's like-
very fast paced. Even watching it, it's like, okay, they're here, now they're here, now they're there. Oh wow, they're doing a one-on-one, or they're doing a fumble, like a strip sack drill.
It's like you can make or not make a team by having a moment.
Yep.
Like just one moment. So it's like you
And
need
song?
maybe that. Yeah. Dun, 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 dun.
That hit was great. That was it. That was a fucking hit.
Oh yeah.
It didn't look as big in the clip as it did in person. In person, I was like, damn.
Oh, you got 3,000 people behind you just, at the same time.
Whoa. Yeah, I was like, damn. And you
I
could
looked
hear
at
it.
Adam. I was like, did you get that? He's like, oh, yeah, I got that.
It was
I
like,
thought I did. I hope I did.
I think
Oh,
you
you
did.
did.
I
You
think
did. The
you
camera
were
was pointing
you were
right at
pointing
it.
right at it. And that's when I asked Ad the same thing. He's like, I don't know if I did. It's like, there's no fucking way you didn't. You want to toss me a drink there, kiddo?
Fucking A.
No.
Do we want to do a final thought?
Yeah, let's do a final thought, and then what we're expecting for the next camp, the next practice on Monday, because we will be there Monday. So I want to just preface by saying our plan there today was to do a live stream while they were doing the scrimmage. That backfired. We couldn't get a good enough
Yeah.
signal.
I mean, I didn't want to bring it up. I mean, the fact
We have
that,
to.
I know. I'm just saying, when we talk about the favorite part of the day, I had so much stress with tech today that, like, literally, I almost just gave up and didn't go to training camp. And then at training camp, I almost just went and sat down in the beer
That was
tent.
before we even left, and then
Before we even left, when we were there, post thing, like, this is just the Oxnard is destroying my.
Saturday was a practice day for us.
Yeah.
Today was the first time that we've ever done it.
Yep.
You know what? You
Popping cherries.
You popping cherries. We improve and we adapt. That's all we can do.
Pop and lock, baby.
Pop and lock.
I had a blast.
I had a blast too.
I mean, I did have with all the issues we had tech wise. It was awesome.
It was good. So final thoughts. So Boots, we'll let you kick off. What's your final thought for the day?
I'm really worried about our kicking game.
Yep.
I mean, I still can't stop
Yep.
thinking about that. I'm so serious to go outside in the parking lot. It's just
I think we should.
I brought the football. For
Is
a
there
reason.
actually a field close?
Yeah, it's just right around the
We
building.
have we have a football, so let's
Let's go out there.
Let's go
Yeah.
do some kicks.
I'm so down. But other than that, honestly, I was just really excited to have you guys out here at training camp. It was fun to see you guys in your element and just talking and being, men of the people and
Yep.
just mingling with everybody. And it's crazy because, like, you saw the love that California has for the Cowboys. You would think we're in Texas.
You would.
oh fuck yeah.
Minus we weren't frying eggs on the asphalt because
of course
Texas
not.
right now. Like, you think it's hot here. We probably wouldn't have been able to stand outside of Texas. We wouldn't have been able to do it.
It was like 76 degrees with a cool ocean breeze.
Oh, it was good. It was good. I mean, sometimes the breeze went away and it got a little spicy, but
Yeah.
for the most part, it was good. AJ, final thought.
Final thought. I mean, it was. I hope to interact with more people. It was a lot of fun. Getting that interview was. Usually it's us doing the interviews, so it was nice to be interviewed for
On
a
the
fucking
other side
change.
there, yeah. Look at you.
But no, yeah, and I stole a marker. I didn't know. I didn't know.
They were $5.
$5, I know.
AJ's like, oh, there was these markers out there. I was
there
like,
was a bowl of markers you could take.
well,
so
I
took
think
one.
those markers were if you bought one of the helmets. If you bought one of the helmets, they give you the marker so that you can get the toy helmet signed.
To be fair, they weren't tagged.
No, they weren't.
No,
tagged.
no, it was
It wasn't
just
until
sitting
the
there,
end. I
like-
was like, oh, because I thought they had at the end at the checkout there was a bunch of markers. And I was like, oh, hey, how much are $3.50 for those ones, $5 for that one? I'm like, okay.
Which you can get a pack of Sharpies for $5.
Yeah.
You can get a pack of Sharpies
at
for
Staples.
$2.99,
Yeah.
I mean, Jerry's making money either way.
Yeah. So when AJ's like, I don't know if this is free. I was like, just put it in your fanny pack and let's get the hell out of here.
And I did there was a security guy standing right there. So.
Yeah, it didn't feel malicious.
No.
I was like, what if we needed a marker?
And maybe they're only selling the ones at the counter.
Yeah,
maybe those are taken. I don't know. I mean, look.
So that was your final thought. You had a good time and you were a thief.
Yeah.
That's a good day. That's a good day.
Final thought. I'm excited for Monday and Tuesday now that we've gotten our first day out of the way, so we kind of know what to expect. Yeah, I can't see it being busier on Monday than it was today. So
it is
Military Appreciation Day.
Right.
Appreciation Day.
do you think it'll still be busier than what it was today on a Saturday?
Yeah.
You think so?
What they do is the sideline passes that we had to pay for, they give those passes to them for free.
Gotcha.
So military, they love free.
So we got to post up. We got to get there, and we got to get into a good spot in the stands.
Yeah.
I think we go around the same time.
Yeah, today was the perfect timing of going.
Because then I think now that we've done the kind of relaxed day, we saw what was working, what wasn't working. I think we chat with more people.
Yes.
Get some more opinions. Hey, we run a podcast. Let's get those clips from other fans that we talking about before.
We definitely have to interact a bit. Like you said, it was kind of day one, feeling it out. But Monday, Tuesday, definitely talk to the people a little bit more. See how Cowboys Nation's feeling about this training camp. See how they're feeling about the upcoming season. What I will finish with my final saying, or actually, we do have one other thing that we have a little segment we got to run before we take off.
Oh yes,
that is right.
My biggest takeaway is just how good this defense looks and is going to be.
Scary good.
I can't wait till we can see them tackling people.
Next
I
Saturday.
want to see these. You see the guy get in and touch the quarterback, you're like, that's a sack. But I want to see I can't wait to watch him play against Jacksonville Jaguars.
7 days.
7 days, and then we'll be live in Seattle for the Thanksgiving Day game, for the second preseason game of the year. So I'm excited to see what this defense is capable of once the pads actually come on and they're against other people.
I think Dak's supposed to play for that game. He's not supposed to play for the Jacksonville game.
You think he's playing in the Seahawks game?
Yeah, they already said that they don't plan on using him on game one.
Yeah,
he
I
might
wouldn't.
just play that.
Well,
game
Mike
a little bit,
McCarthy
and
said
that's it.
if he was a betting man, which he isn't, he wouldn't bet on Dak playing at all in preseason.
Oh, well.
But then he said, but he's not a betting man.
Yeah.
Let me get one of these in before we do our last segment.
Yep. Crack him if you got
Crack me
him.
if you got him, son. All right, because Boots brought it up, we're gonna bring up an old segment that we used to do when the podcast just started. We went away from it, haven't done it in, it's got to be a year and a half now.
No, we did it for the first 6 months, and then we didn't do it. We didn't do it after.
That's what I mean. So it's probably been about a year and a half since we've done it.
Started when we first.
Yeah, but you would do it like off-season stuff when there's nothing going on.
Right. But here we go.
What would Jerry do? All right.
So
Okay, so this question.
Well, break it down for new people.
For new listeners out here.
So for new listeners, what would Jerry do? It's just a real simple game. We put ourselves into the mind of the great Jerry Jones, and we just ask a kind of hypothetical question.
Sometimes it gets a little crazy. The question gets a little nuts.
Yeah, the crazier the better, really. But the question today, crack him if you got
Crack him if you got him.
for what would Jerry do is Jerry Jones is banished to a desert island, and he can only bring 3 things with him. What 3 things does Jerry Jones bring?
I think we did something similar to this, but I like it because I want to hear Boots' answer.
It's years
Oh my
ago.
gosh.
Yeah, because I want to hear Boots' answer.
I love that you get to spring this on me. My first thing is like his salt shaker.
Yes?
Duh.
He's got to have that.
He's got to have his salt shaker.
But then it's Jerry Jones, so if he's on island, he probably owns the island to begin with. So there's a helicopter there that's gonna he's not gonna be stranded. It's Jerry Jones. He has one of those AirPod tags stuck on his skin or something. They know where he is. He can't move without someone tracking him. Stephen Jones knows exactly where he is at all times.
Okay, I'm going to throw it out, Boots, so that he has to give us an actual. I'm going to get thinking. You better start thinking, because this is the reason Jerry got to this abandoned island was there was a solar flare that happened from the sun. He was in an airplane. It took out everything, including his skin tag that you were just talking about.
Yeah.
So
Okay.
he's on the island. He landed on the island with part of the plane, and on that plane is the 3 items he wishes he could have.
Okay, well, I see him as like the ultimate Boy Scout. So he's got a Swiss Army knife on him just because that his daddy gave it to him when he was a little kid. He always has it in his pocket.
Just says
So
Jarrah
it's
on it.
Old and rusted.
Yeah, so he has that. You know, the knife is in there. It still works. He every now and then he like takes out the file and he sharpens it just for funsies. The other item he has in his pocket is probably like a picture of like not his wife, but like some side piece or something that he has
From like 30 years ago. Too.
It's a picture of Micah Parsons.
No, it's probably like a Marilyn Monroe or something.
Okay, I like that.
You know, because he always remembers that one night he had her or something. You know, and then the third item he'd have on him, that's a tough one.
It's the salt shaker.
It's got to be the salt shaker though, right?
Of course.
Because anything he catches on the island, like any fish that he
Needs
like
salt.
grabs, he's gonna put a little salt on it. He's gonna eat it raw, but he's gonna put a little salt.
I like that.
Yeah.
That's a good answer.
And actually, CanFan folklore, the reason Boots became a fan in the first place of the Cowboys CanFan show, he heard an episode where we did the "What Would Jerry Do?"
This is true.
and that's what roped him in.
This is true.
Which is my segue. That one of the things that Jerry brings with him is a rope.
How long? I need footage.
35 feet of rope.
Okay.
Actually, no, 50 feet of rope. It would be 50
Nylon?
feet. It would be like the
Strong.
industrial strength.
Okay.
So that rope, salt, and he would also bring a solar panel.
And just have it hooked
And
up
then when
to
he got there,
nothing.
when he got there, he'd realize, well, damn it, I don't have anything to hook
This
this
solar
into.
panel
Whoopsies.
ain't gonna do.
I
ain't
thought
gonna
the
do
solar
shit.
panel was gonna help me out.
I mean, he could maybe make a weapon out of it or something.
Yeah.
Solar panels broken could be sharp
Like
edges.
he thinks back in the day when you did those science experiments where you take like a lemon and a potato and like you poke stuff into it and you like run a clock off of it. He thinks that he can bring a solar panel.
Thinks he's MacGyver.
Yeah, he thinks he's MacGyver.
AJ,
Well, obviously, salt. He's got this shaker.
I feel like he has to have some
That's
sort
a
of salt.
gimme.
He
That's
has
a
to-
gimme.
he has to.
What
He has
what
some
two
sort of
items
salt.
besides?
on his hip in a 6-shooter holster. He's just got this fucking nice tall. Yeah.
No gun, just an actual salt shaker.
He brings Batson with him.
Okay, so he's got his kid. He's
Yeah,
got Steven Jones with him.
That's
Batson.
an
Steven Jones
interesting
there.
play.
And then finally, he brings with him the his fucking first Super Bowl ring.
Okay,
Yeah.
because he has hope with him at
No,
North.
he's
If
got
I
hope.
could have won this, I can escape this island.
Look at me when I
alive.
talk to you, Batson. I'll tie you up and fillet you.
Oh, I'll print your forehead with this thing.
And
Okay,
just remember, you're the first one to go, Batson.
so obviously salt. He's got his salt, right? I'm gonna kind of steal a little bit of Eric's. He has his Zippo given to him by his great uncle.
Okay.
His favorite Zippo.
Okay.
So he has some fire, and then he has Jerry can't. He needs his lucky underwear.
Oh yeah.
He's wearing his lucky underwear. Do I know what they
they're
look
old.
like? They're old. They're holy, but they're almost as old as Batson. But he can use it as like a net.
You know what,
He could use it as rope.
Jerry strikes me like he just goes commando.
Yeah. Well, this
could
is so picture this underwear is almost being commando because
Like,
they're so old.
That's the real reason why he picked Oxnard for the training camp because it's like
It's breezy.
It's nice, and then like nothing feels better than like a nice ocean breeze going up your shorts when you're going commando. You know what I mean?
It's great. So that was the What Would Jerry Do with featuring
Yes.
Bot G, Boots on the Ground, Eric.
Yes.
Hey Eric, it's been a blast having you here the last couple days, man. It's been a good time.
It's been a blast having you guys.
Training camp was awesome today. We will be back on Monday for the training camp with Boots.
Let's go.
Then we will be doing a live stream after or a podcast after to catch up on everything that happened in the news. We will see you there for the Bandwagon Boys chilling at this fine glass table and Boots on the Ground, me chilling on this couch. We out, son. Woo! Ow! Boo, 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 boo.
What a great show, guys.
Woohoo!